Good evening. My name is Kayden, and about 4 weeks ago, I asked Mark if I could speak at the birthday benefit. They tell me that this is unusual for a youth to volunteer to stand up here and speak to this audience. And until me, no one's actually asked to do this. And I think I can see why, but it's very exciting to be up here. I didn't know this would be the biggest birthday benefit audience yet. And yeah, this is my first time public speaking anywhere. And in a minute, it'll be my job to ask you for money, which will also be a first. So for a guy who was nervous to take your coffee order 6 months ago, that's definitely stretching my comfort zone, and something I would have definitely been careful to avoid 1 or 2 years ago. But to stretch my comfort zone, to quit avoiding things, and to live my life, that is why I asked. And a couple of nights, Mark asked me, "Why did you ask to speak at the birthday benefit?" I told him, I just really thought about it, and I wanted to be involved. I knew it would be really scary, and I was right. But one of the biggest things I've learned about myself through iQuest is that I like to challenge myself. I felt like it would be a huge honor to speak and share my story, and I thought it would be like a win-win-win. I know I would gain something, confidence in my public speaking and in myself in general, and I hoped that I could inspire others to maybe join iQuest or make a similar move or commitment to make their own life better in some way. And then I was nervous but excited for the chance that I might be able to help Isaac's room, that if I can give a good speech, that if my story might inspire people, that you might support and make it possible for more people to benefit like I have. Literally, I cannot imagine my life if Mark didn't walk in to school that day, if I didn't grab that application, if I didn't fill it out. I literally cannot imagine my life right now without iQuest. Before iQuest, I would say my life was like zero. Zero confidence, zero motivation. It wasn't super negative, it was just zero. I wasn't in trouble, but I was troubled. I wasn't moving backwards, but I was lost on how to move forward. I was like a leaf drifting in the wind, moving but never steering. There was a fire inside me, a quiet hunger to grow, to become something more, but that fire stayed buried. In the 4th grade, I started dealing with depression and anxiety that I still don't fully understand, and my parents didn't fully either, but they did what they could for me. They got me some counseling and medication. I didn't like counseling. I remember crying under the hood of my hoodie for most of it, but it may have helped a little bit, because by the 6th grade, I started feeling better. Had some friends, started getting good grades, and it was that spring that COVID hit. The crazy world, school on Zoom, and all the isolation brought back the depression and anxiety tenfold. Even when school and things started to get back to normal, I stayed stuck in that frozen state of zero. I couldn't catch up in school, and by the end of my sophomore year, I had little to no, almost zero, high school credits. So I landed at the Downtown Learning Center to get my GED. I was drifting on that river. I still had the hunger for change and direction, but I had no idea what to do about it. Then one day, Mark walked in and invited us to iQuest. At first, I was drawn in by the promise of a job. So I signed up. Before I knew it, I was running a mile with people I had met half an hour ago. And I was learning new skills. I was hitting limits I didn't know I had because I never dared to test them before. And I was pushing past those limits with a strength I didn't know I had. I was far outside my comfort zone. But for the first time in my life, that felt right. Because even though it wasn't the job that I had expected, I was seeing that it was much more. Through training camp and service learning, planting trees, cleaning communities, and giving back, I started to feel something powerful, belonging. I wasn't just part of a program, I was part of a purpose. iQuest wasn't just about building skills, it was about building people. It wasn't just about getting a job, it was about discovering my why. I was working over at Isaac's downtown one day, and I was grabbing dishes out of a busbin, as I do, and a lady was leaving with her cup of coffee. And I said to her, "Have a good day." She froze, almost in awe, as if she had never been wished a good day before. And I could see that it gave her a lift, and she left Isaac's happily. That is my why. The ability to change things for the better, even in one simple, less than 10-second interaction. One of the valuable life skills we learn in iQuest is to focus on our circle of influence. Our motto for that is do what you can do. And I apply that in my everyday life several times a day. And with that, I'm able to put forth my best, knowing that I have influence and that I'm doing good for myself and for others. Through every challenge, every doubt, every long day, I grew stronger, not just in body, but in heart and mind. I found confidence I didn't know was in me, and I learned that real strength isn't about being the best or the fastest. It's about showing up again and again and giving your all. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, for yourself, and for others. Now, I'm surrounded by a community of people who inspire me every single day, a community that is the same as family. People who see the best in me even when I can't see it myself. When I serve coffee, when I lend a hand, when I push myself to grow, I know I'm not just working, I'm serving. I'm living with purpose. iQuest gave me more than tools, it gave me hope. It gave me direction, it gave me belief. Belief that who I am and who I can become truly matters. A while ago at the Ike Box, I offered to help a guy who was trying to get a printer upstairs. When we had it in place, he was hooking it up. He looked at me and said, "You're really hardworking for someone your age. Why is that?" I had to think about it for a second, and then I told him a little bit about iQuest, and told him what I shared with you. Before iQuest, my life was so much nothing. I always wanted more in a life, but I couldn't see the point, couldn't find anything worthy of the effort. iQuest has helped me see the point and shown me the value of effort. I told the printer guy, I feel like I'm making up for lost time, and then some. So to all of you that's been a part of this journey, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for helping me find my strength. Thank you for helping me find my voice. And thank you for helping me find my why. I would know. I would. Because now, I don't just go with the flow anymore. I move forward with passion, with purpose, and with gratitude. And I've learned that in iQuest, in our coffee shops, and in each one of us, including myself, there is much more than meets the eye. That's it. Now, Mark gave me some bullet points for this next part, but before I ask you to give and lead you through the next steps, I want to say one more time how much it means to me and to the other youth in the program and to all my coworkers that have become family extended and the next group of youth that start their Ike Quest training camp this Monday, how much it means to all of us that you have come tonight, that you have listened to our stories, and that you would consider financial support so that together we can make more stories possible. So, table host, you can find response cards in the envelope at your table. They look like this. And leave a check with your response card if you would like to give that way. Also, there is a QR code on the table tents that will allow you to go to our website if you would like to give that way online. Of course, we welcome all one-time gifts and reoccurring gifts. Mark says that reoccurring gifts help with sustainability and enable us to plan for realistic future growth and improvement. And please remember that tonight all gifts are matched. That means doubled, up to $100,000. Even if you are not giving tonight, please fill out a response card so that we can stay in touch and at least thank you for being here and get your feedback. While you're deciding how you'd like to respond, we're going to set up for the golden ticket drawing and one last bit of fun. Please return your response cards to your table host, and host, you can get those to a board member or drop them off at the table on the way out. Thanks again for joining us tonight and for taking a good look at the more than meets the eye of Isaac's room. Thank you. Oh. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany.